Welcome back to Beers at the Turn, presented by Boot Crew Media. In studio, as always, Jake and Chris. Sean is on Zoom. And today we have a very special guest. Emphasis on special. We've known him for a very long time. He represents Taylormade Golf. And today he's joining us to talk about what everyone else in the golfing world is talking about. The new Stealth and Stealth Plus drivers. Chris, welcome.
Hey, thanks, guys, for having me. I'm excited to talk and catch up with you guys and then maybe talk a little golf. So I'm glad to be here.
Thanks for being on, Chris. Glad to have you.
So, Chris, we were kind of talking about it literally right before we came on. Kind of give our listeners a little background on you, your, career in the game, and how you came about with Taylormade.
Yeah, so I've been a representative for Taylormade for about coming on my 5-year anniversary. And then prior to that, I represented a few other companies. I was a Mizuno rep for about 5 years, and I was with Cleveland Golf for approximately 15 years prior to that. But my main territory has always been kind of the Gulf States area, and in particular, maybe Louisiana, Southern Mississippi, Southern Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle. It's kind of the marketplace I've always been familiar with, and it's been great. It's been a great ride.
Nice. So I guess we'll just jump into it. I mean, it's literally the talk of all golf media, and that is y'all's new driver, the Taylormade Stealth. Made its big debut with the Big Cat and the PNC, and since then, y'all's Taylormade does a great job on social media promoting really everything, but we've seen that Rory switched over to it. DJ was seen testing it out. He made the switch. Pretty much the entire staff has switched over to the Taylormade Stealth. So I got to ask you, I'm a Taylormade guy, okay, from the driver down to the wedges. The only thing I don't mess with is my putter. And right now I hit the Sim 2. What is the difference? Now, is there a difference other than the red face? I mean, enlighten us, enlighten everyone here. What is the latest and greatest from the Taylormade Stealth?
Sure. I mean, this has been an exciting run for the last couple of months that I've been able to promote with my customers. So the story goes back a little bit further than just, hey, this is what I have and tell me what you got is new. The story goes a little bit further back. And what I mean by that is, I've just told you that I've been doing this job for a while. So that's kind of embarrassing, but I've been able to sell some pretty exciting products. And, when I travel my territory, one of the things that I see is that I'm pretty much the oldest guy in the room when I'm giving my spiel. So, and that looks like the case here, but let me rewind here.
You say old, but I think of you as like a fine wine.
A little more mature, I guess I want to say.
There you go.
But the premise behind it is, say it again.
Why is it a young man's game?
Not a young man's game, just a newer technology that I wanted to help explain what we're doing here. Okay. Is that when I first started playing golf, I played with a persimmon head wood, right? That was the first technology that I used, and you guys might have done that when you were younger, but you weren't in that technology for very long because steelhead came out. You didn't need somebody to stand behind you on the range to tell you that a steel-headed fairway wood or driver was going further than the persimmon head you were just hitting. And then that's actually the technology that brought Taylormade into the business, was the original one, fairway wood. But so that steel-headed technology stayed around for just a little bit though. So titanium faces came onto the market just a short period later, probably 10 or 11 years, like maybe the 90s. Early 90s is when titanium came onto the scene, and ball speeds were significant. Titanium was just gaining super ball speeds year after year, bigger heads, faster faces. And that's really the technology everybody's been playing with for probably 26, 27 years.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's anybody who's been in the business selling it. We've been selling titanium woods. You guys, maybe that's all you've played is titanium woods. And really the story is that about 8 or 9 years ago, engineers were forecasting that titanium might run out of its use. You might not see significant ball speeds as much as we had been seeing, and that we had to kind of figure out what we were going to do with some newer technologies. And these things take a while to produce. So they definitely gave carbon is not a new technology, but the way to produce it, manufacture it, and to make it sustainable for these collisions that we're making on the golf course. We had to do something different. We just thought that titanium was going to run its course, and sure enough, the last couple of years, you really just haven't seen huge ball speed increases. So that's where this carbon graphite came onto the scene. It's a new technology that is going to improve ball speeds and hence make us hopefully hit it a lot further. That's kind of what we've seen in most of their early trials. I mean, it's still early in the year and the club hasn't even come out. So
right.
I forecast that we'll see some great things out there on the golf course.
If Bryson went to TaylorMade, how far could he hit it?
Yeah, I don't know. He hits it a long way already. He does a lot of push-ups and sit-ups. So
I did hear one interesting piece of information about the new Stealth driver is there's actually 60 layers of carbon fiber on the face.
Yeah, so they're all structurally engineered. Each layer is thinner than a human hair. Like I said, when the carbon originally came out years ago, some of the issues they had were structural design, right? I mean, they had a tendency to fray. They had a tendency to break down. We had to overcome those. And 60 layers seems to be the number right now. Thinner than a human hair. They had structural designs to keep the layers adhered to one another. And then we overlaid it with a polymer that keeps everything structurally sound. So we should be good to go. It's faster ball speeds and durable. So more than excited.
So as far as the drivers go, there are 3 different versions or 4 different versions of the Stealth driver head, including the women's.
So there's 3 versions. We come out with the Stealth Plus that has a new adjustable sliding weight. That's to affect when fitting to help with curvature of the golf ball. So we're able to help with those that draw it and slice it. It's a little bit smaller face with less spin. Then you have the Stealth, which is a little bit deeper face. It adds about 500 RPMs of spin. It helps with old guys like myself that want to keep the ball in the air just a little bit longer. It's a little deeper faced. And then you have the draw for those individuals that have a tendency to hit left or right shots. And then now the new ladies. So that's kind of the lineup, and they all do a little bit. So to help control and launch and spin.
Okay.
Sean, you got any questions back there?
Yeah. Are you any good at golf?
Jeez, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Just because you work in golf does not mean you have to be good at golf, but I am living proof.
That's right. No, I'm getting strokes on the golf course. I'm probably a single-digit handicap, but my practice time is way down and my playing time is way down. But I sure did enjoy the game, and I have my young daughter that's participating, so my focus is on other things. But thanks for the ask. I've got 3 hole-in-ones and a double eagle.
Ooh,
so I might have lucked into something.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's impressive. So yeah, touche.
Actually, have a cool story. One of my hole-in-ones I hit the day I graduated from high school. A guy made it onto an ESPN radio show with that blog when I was driving one night late.
Cool.
Good for you. Yeah, I don't have any hole-in-ones, so
I don't know if that means I'm any good or not. It just means I probably played a lot of golf or hit a lot of shots.
If you've got one, that's luck. If you've got 3, you've got a little bit of skill in you. And a double eagle as well. I mean, I can't even hit a par 5 and 2 with my best approach shot.
Start doing those
hit it over an island green. Yeah, hopefully hit a lot more now with this new Stealth product line. But that's a shameless plug there. But go ahead, yes.
That's what
plug away, kid.
Say.
Plug away.
I need to get me a Stealth Plus fairway wood so I can hit these par 5s in 2, hopefully. So tell us a little more about the Stealth fairway woods.
Yeah, so the fairway wood is a rocket once again. I tell you, I just get so many calls on the fairway wood line. The The thing I find with the driver and most amateur golfers that I see out there is it's just everybody's looking for endless distance. And, just because we put it up on a tee, it's just not how it works. But, we are going to gain some distance for those individuals. But the fairway wood, man, everybody cuts it short. Everybody could probably use a little extra loft in their golf game. And they're just kind of amazed when they come to me and say, man, I hit my fairway wood almost as far as I hit my driver. And it's just because of loft. Probably a little bit of help of loft and spin, but the fairway wood story is still the same. Doesn't matter. Anything that's on the ground, the more mass we can get below the equator of the golf ball. So if you have the face and you just cut it in half, or you cut the golf ball in half, the more mass an engineer can find in discretionary weight, and they can get it below the equator of the golf ball, you win. It helps with launch and it helps with spin. And there's no difference in these two. The story's still the same. We were able to add some more mass on the bottom of these fairway woods. We have a titanium version and a steel-headed version. One is glued in, one is adjustable for different purposes. One's for fitting, one's for helping with curvature of the golf ball. Mm. But the story is still the same. Is that we found some areas to help with putting mass below. And what we did was we've added some more carbon layers on the top of the fairway woods. That replaces metal. That gives us some discretionary weight to move lower and deeper. And hence the club's a rocket. I mean, the fairway wood's just unbelievable.
Yeah, I've had the chance to hit the titanium stealth fairway wood. It is a rocket launcher, absolutely.
Yeah, they just keep getting better and better. The titanium fairway wood, everybody's going to look at the price point and go, wow, but it serves a purpose. I mean, it's just a technologically better golf club that's in the marketplace, and it's a little deeper faced as well, so that might change launch conditions. Usually higher ball speeds, maybe like that technology a little bit better, and then it transitions over to the rescue line that we have an adjustable version, and we have a glued in version. The adjustable versions allowing us to affect the loft of the golf club, or when somebody's going through a fitting, when you affect the loft of the golf club, it has a tendency to open or close the face. So depending on what somebody's trying to do with their shot pattern, that technology helps out. It does cost a little bit more than this glued in version, but there's some technology advantages doing that as well. So one thing that we did come out with that I haven't seen in any golf clubs. I've seen a lot of them, but I'm not saying it's proprietary just yet, but we came out with an etched alignment feature on top of the fairway wood and rescues. Is something that's new. I always find that it's always been kind of difficult to line up a fairway wood, and I really like this little etched line on top that makes it easier to square up kind of what you're trying to do with the target.
In your opinion, Chris, what is the worst TaylorMade club ever made?
Well, I mean, I haven't sold.
Hey, listen, I got a couple. We want to talk about that.
That's a good question. I'm going to defer to the guys. That's a good question. Now, look, I've competed against TaylorMade for 20 years. Ooh. And now I'm selling for them for 5. My numbers might be off just a little bit there, but I really haven't sold a bad golf club in 5 years. I mean,
if you could go to another company, what would it be and why would it be Callaway?
Wait, let's say it again. Say it again.
You could go to another company. Which one?
Why would it be?
You're going to cheat on it. And why would it be Callaway?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, right now we were talking about this before you came on, Chris, and literally there's 2 vendors that have it made in the shade, and that is Titleist and TaylorMade. I mean, TaylorMade, it's not often you can walk in and be like, Tiger plays this. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry is going to be like, well, if Tiger plays it, so can I.
Just sign me up. Well, here's 2 or 3 of the top list players in the top 10 in the world right now: Morikawa, Rory, and Dustin Johnson. And then, by the way, the greatest player that's ever played golf, Tiger Woods, is playing it as well. We look forward to him coming back soon. But
when is he coming back?
I'll pick up the phone.
Tell me.
If he has that information, we're going to be the most viewed podcast in history
of all time. Yeah.
Oh, he's sitting right next to us. Yes, that's right. Yeah, no, I agree. No, it's those guys are great. I'm ready for the season to start, and we'll see how it goes.
Well, it just I guess it's a testament to the technology and everything that y'all put into the stealth, because I follow equipment quite closely, especially with the guys on tour playing. And like, for instance, you mentioned Colin Morikawa. When the Sim 2 came out, he stuck with the Sim, the original, but he made the switch over to the Stealth. So the question is the Stealth better than the Sim 2, or is TaylorMade just paying him more?
Is the Stealth better than the Sim 2? It's, this is early in the season, so I haven't really actually been on a range to fit against. Newer technologies are, that Stealth moved us to number one in wood in the market in market share. So
it hasn't even come out yet.
Yeah, and
so
this is
to beat something that's already number one. It's here's a leader in woods. Yeah, here's a leader in woods market share, leaving kind of a technology that got us there and moving to something different. It's just very rare. I don't remember doing that with any other companies that I repped, and it's a big ask, but the technology works. I have great faith in our engineers. They have they've just been super in every product that they've made. So I'm going to go with the Stealth. Now, I think those guys, I just look forward to seeing what they're able to do this year. So,
yeah. So you've got, TaylorMade has a lot of new product coming out, a whole line. What are you most excited about? What product are you most excited about?
This is a great question. I couldn't be any more excited about the wood line, but I can tell you, I'm telling you, so 20 years, I sold some great stuff. I thought that, the TP5, when they first brought that out to us about 3.5, 4 years ago, when they introduced the 5 and 5X golf ball line, unbelievable. It was a super windy day, perfect example of how the technology worked. When you hit into the wind, you could see the ball create less drag, off the chart cool. But I'm going to tell you this year, the Stealth Iron is the coolest, best golf club in the marketplace, bar none. Easy. I can make that comment. I have been around the territory and showing some of my better fitters in the marketplace, letting them hit it in their simulators. And the guy hits, the individuals hand it back to me after 2 or 3 shots and go, this is by far the best golf club that's in the marketplace right now in irons. It is a fantastic golf club. So mark my words, Stealth Iron.
So is there another company that like has copycat technology? Because you guys all preach one thing, and it's
copycat technology. I don't know about that, but you just have to remember the premise is still the same. Depends on irons, and what we're trying to do is if you can get the center of gravity lower and deeper and better and faster, you win. Okay. I understand the stigma that some people might have said about TaylorMade years ago, but look, we're producing great technology. I don't care. Everybody can joke around, but when you put it on a monitor, you get fit. It's the best golf club, and I'm not really worried about
No, I was just curious because every company comes out and it's renamed. It's a twisted face, or it's rebound frame.
Every technology has a purpose, right? Every time they come out with a technology, it has a purpose. So I'm more than excited to show people out there. There's no doubt about it.
Well, I did want to mention this, and like I said, I play the P750 irons and the Sim 2 driver and fairway woods. But the wedges, I was a little hesitant about switching out the Vokeys for the TaylorMades. And the new TaylorMade wedges y'all have, they're sexy.
They're nice.
That's a sexy looking club. And the face rust, and it's a nice it's not that chrome that like shines off the sun. It's that matte chrome. It's a good looking club at address. And even the high toe wedges are good looking. They're not as pronounced as the old or the Callaways. So TaylorMade really is coming up, but I just can't switch to y'all's putters. I'm sorry.
That's the one club that's come the farthest.
Yeah, and that's the one club that everyone on this show raves about. I can't do it.
And I held the MG3 in my hand today, and it looked great at address. And I love the technology where only the face rusts. You guys have putting out some really good wedges the past couple of years.
Okay, well, a couple of things to tackle there, and I challenge you guys to talk about putters a little bit more. It's one technology that I find when I'm out dealing with consumers, and Chris and Jake probably, I don't know how often they talked when they were dealing with customers that came in, but things that I find about handicap, or I should say just golfers in general, is What side of the hole do they miss putts on? Do they leave them short or long? Do they have a tendency under pressure for the $5 or beer game? Do they have a tendency to miss a putt right or left? I can tell you 96% of golfers don't have a clue. And maybe that's a club that needs to be discussed a little bit more in regards to maybe fitting or talking about the reason why we come out with the technology that we do. In general, people rotate putters a lot as far as retail sales.
Sure. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
but I don't see a whole lot of people talking about kind of why companies do what they do as far as the clubs that came out with. So TaylorMade is known for the Spider line, right? A larger head mallet putter. You know, we've introduced some blade putters in the TP Classic line. That's more of a price point. I think what's the stats? Something like 40% still enjoy putting with blade putters. And then mallets have definitely come on the scene as far as market share. And then we have a new putter line coming out that's a mid mallet. So we're giving customers all kinds of different options as far as head shapes. More traditional hosels, right? We have straight end for those that want the club to have some toe hang, and then we have face balance putters. But those big mallets, I mean, these spiders have a purpose. People still, I mean, it seems like it's an easy deal to do as putt. You know, you're only taking the putter back maybe inches at most, but man, people hit it all over the face, and that spider line gives just nothing but stability with high MOI. Man, it is a neat product. The wedge line is, I couldn't be more exciting about it other than the stealth iron. You know, rust is not new, but it serves a purpose. It helps reduce spin lost in particular, you know, on rainy days. Look, it works. We have tremendous amount of rain here in the South. We go out and play golf after, or maybe the next day. We hit a ball a little bit in the rough, and you have a tendency to create flyer lies. You know, we're all used to hitting our wedge 5 yards, and all of a sudden now we hit it 125 yards over the green. We get it up and down for bogey, and we probably get mad at our chip shot or a putt, and don't forget that we just missed the green because we had a club that didn't have the right technology. So the MG3 has a rusted face. We have a nice chrome finish, satin finish on the back, but really a couple of cool things. We have a specifically designed grind for all our wedges. They're milled, so every club is produced the same. So wedge number 1 that comes off the production line is the same as wedge number 1000. We have a new shaft on the club that's really making a big hit. It's called a Dynamic Gold Tour issue that we're using. The accuracy and stability of this shaft is better than anything we've probably used. And it's been out since the fall, and I've sold more wedges than I've ever sold in the 5 years with the company. So just awesome stuff at the bottom end of the bag as well. I mean, we've got just the best driver to putter lineup, I think, in the industry. So
that's cool.
So to summarize everything you just said, blame the club.
It's the club's.
It's the club's fault.
It's the club's fault if I scull it over the green.
How much do you make?
Yeah, it's gonna hopefully a lot more this year. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a good time.
So yeah, we've discussed a lot of the products so far, but one thing you mentioned was the TP5 ball. Is there a new version of that ball coming out soon? And I'm a huge fan of the Pix balls. What are some Pix designs that aren't released yet that you can tell us that may be released, if you know of any? I saw one that was eggs and bacon that was the best golf ball I ever saw in my life.
So the eggs and bacon are out right now. I've had a couple of accounts receive those. That's kind of a neat story. But the Pix design by itself has been fantastic. I mean, it has a visual technology. It lets individuals know that, you know, if they're either practicing or when they're playing golf, how they've, created a stroke. Is it, cutting too much or hooking the putter too much? But it is a neat story. It's a visual technology. But the TP5 and 5X has been fantastic. It's a 5-layer golf ball, so that's where the number denomination is from. 5 layers are important. You know, we could have made a ball that's super, super long off the driver, but then that wouldn't mean that it was really low spin off the wedge, and vice versa. We could have created a golf ball that was super soft with the wedge and the putter. That means ball speed would have been softer as well and shorter. So what we did was we kind of staggered it. Super off the drive, great feel off the wedge and putter, but we were able to attack the middle part of the set where golfers can hit their 3 rescues or their 5 woods and their 4, 5, and 6 irons longer than the current golf ball they play. That's really just what people need to remember, is that I'm not out telling people that, hey, this is 20 yards longer than my next competitor off the driver. That just doesn't make sense when you're playing golf, that somebody needs something like that, because they're not looking to hit their wedge 165 yards. They're trying to attack pins and have great faith in their golf ball that it will work. And the 5 and 5X have just been super. Nothing new as far as that golf ball comes right now. We're still selling the same current line. We have some medium price point golf balls coming out that are fantastic. One's called a Tour Response. It's a 3-layer cast urethane cover, just tailor-made, and another competitor uses technology. Great feel, great sound, but it's 3 layers, so it retails for about $39. And then we have a Soft Response coming out. This is for those individuals that are that probably lack ball speed. So it's a little firmer cover. It's called an ionomer cover. It's a little harder, but it's 3 layers. So it does give you the ability to add spin with the wedge, and feels great with a putter on the green. That ball retails for about $29. So we're not just a tour ball line. We're trying to sell golf balls for every individual. And they've got some good stories. So hopefully people are able to research that when they're looking for a golf ball to play.
Yeah, golf ball to fit everyone. That's
well, and I mean, to stay on the golf ball topic, I played the Pro V1X for the longest time, and then I made the switch over to the Tp5X, and I mean, it was almost identical, if not better. Like you were saying, I'm able to control the flight a little bit better with the Tp5X. So I mean, it's really it's a great ball. But I mean, Ricky switched to it, and now he's irrelevant. So, do you think that has anything to do with it?
Jeez,
harsh.
It's a great golf ball. I'm looking forward to selling some more.
Okay, you're treating this like you're the president. I'm questioning you about a sex scandal. Okay, just answer the question.
I'm currently not a TaylorMade guy. Convince me why I should be.
Convince you why you should be a TaylorMade guy? Best leading industry technology, man. We got some cool stuff out there. Cool happening line. I don't look, you don't need me to convince you. Just look around. The products everywhere, and it's just been super well
received. Woods. That's all you got to say. And
hey, Sean, when I'm like 30 yards ahead of you, when we hit our cards, I use this in too.
The X is the longest ball in golf, not the TP5X. But
soon to be stealth.
If you use a Pro V1X, I'll use my TP5X, and then we'll compare.
I'll use whatever golf balls I find out there.
I think the TP5 and 5X are a better golf ball for the average player that isn't on TV. It's a better tour quality golf ball for the average player. Is that pretty accurate?
Well, we have 3 of the top. Let's see, we have 3 of the top 10 players in the world playing it. So
I'm just saying, the average Joe that will go to a local sporting goods store and buy a dozen of Pro V1s versus TP5s. I believe the amateur might hit the TP5 a little bit better.
I believe what Chris is trying to tell you is suck it.
It sucks.
I'm not backing up, man. It's a tour golf. It's a well-deserved golf ball, high praise. So I hope everybody goes and buys it. Look, why, you don't need me standing behind them to test it. If people, would go and buy a dozen of each and test it and see how it works, and I'm fair game. I'm all for it. I mean, I'm not scared. That ball is going to produce. It's going to perform quite well. So.
No, I agree, and that's kind of what I did. I took a sleeve of Pro V1Xs and a sleeve of the TP5Xs and played around with it. And like I said, I was able to control the flight a lot better. Spin was great. So I made the switch, and now my bag's full of them. So,
do you guys get a hold of like other people's clubs, like Callaway clubs, and then test them against yours?
I'm sure that's how that kind of works, but that's not out of my realm. They give it to me, and I go sell some great stuff. Sorry.
It's all right.
It's an interesting industry. If everybody, look, it's a business, right? So everybody gets all caught up because this is the sport we play. But in the end, when I get up in the morning, it's a job, it's a business. I enjoy the game. But, just like you go through your daily life and other products that you use for your job or, it's a career. I love it. And, I'm not scared of the technology we're selling. It's better than anything I've seen in the marketplace I've been doing a while. So I think I'm trustworthy and I'm ready to go. The season starts for us in the South. Ooh, a little chilly this weekend. So hopefully the next couple of weeks.
It's snowing here
we'll
in Chicago.
Sean lives in Chicago. It works at a golf course in Chicago.
Yeah, so it's 25. It got down in the 30s here, but I talked to a couple of golf courses today, and they have 100 golfers on the golf course. I mean, the business is just really good. So
those are dying.
Golf is
high tide lift all boats.
Very good right now.
High tide lifts all boats. So if we do well, and everybody will do well. So I'm ready to go. It's great.
So recently we did an episode on our major predictions, who we thought was going to win majors. So I'm going to give you a rapid fire question really quick. How many Taylormade staffers are going to win a major this year, and who do you think it's going to be, and what tournament?
Well, that's we can talk about. I think Colin Morikawa is going to win one. I don't know which one he's going to win, but I'll put Colin up for one, and I'll put Rory up for British. I don't know if that's a big leap. I mean,
that was my dark
horse to win soon, but
that was my dark horse for the British. Was that?
I mean, he's I don't know if he's struggling or what.
Tiger's going to win the British. We all know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to give him. I'll take Morikawa in the U.S. Open.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, a Taylormade staffer's taken home a major the last
Shocking.
Yeah.
I don't know who you thought I was going to pick.
Yeah,
but,
DJ, Colin. It's just.
Gary Woodland Brooks years hurt you.
What's that?
The Brooks Gary Woodland years hurt you.
Yeah.
Brooks Wilson staff major, I think.
Well, Brooks was using a Taylormade driver at the time.
Yeah. Was he?
That's
right. He had to make
a Taylormade driver until he signed his deal. So
money makes people do things. Yeah. Hopefully money is a cure of all ills. We'll see. The Taylormade guys are going to win. I think we'll see how it goes. I'm rooting for them. We did have a stealth win, I think, this weekend. So make sure you guys do a little research and see who that was.
All right.
So stealth finally got its first win. So that's exciting.
When is the stealth planning to be released?
Yeah, good. February 4th is the official launch date that we go by. So that's when they'll be going out to stores. We've already had some major launch events at some vendors, and those will be coming out as well. I'll do a plug. You can visit the website taylormadegolf.com if you want to find where those events are, and you can sign up. And we'll do personal fittings for those that sign up. Anywhere from a half an hour to an hour increment, depending on what they're looking for. And that's something that's changed in 20 years as well. Just I've been doing the business. A lot more people are signing up for personal one-on-one fittings versus just kind of the, hey, demo day, big event, let's just go out and walk around. That's kind of what I'm seeing as well. So that's kind of an industry trend that's been different.
Well, do you have any demo days coming up that you want to shamelessly plug? I'm just saying, it's better than you just sitting out there freezing.
What kind of discount can you get on these Taylormade clubs? And how do you hook up with that?
What are we talking about? Yeah,
talking about your demo days. Then we can talk about discounts.
That's right. Now here's a ticket. Yeah, no, just we can talk about that later. But anyway, and
my man.
Yeah, so that's I appreciate it, guys. I don't know if you had anything else.
Oh yeah. Do you have any? I'm sure our listeners want to come see you and get fit for their new stealth drivers and stealth clubs. What are some upcoming demo days you have, or would you rather them set up a one-on-one fitting with you?
Well, one thing that's, that's great. They can visit TaylormadeGolf.com. They'll know where we are in the marketplace. I have such a wide territory, but depending on where they are in your listening audience, easiest access is to TaylormadeGolf.com. There's a tab that says fitting events in your area. You put in your zip code, they'll let you know if there's a fitting event within, I think, like 30 miles of your location. But look, we have great partners in the marketplace that do fittings every day, all day. I mean, green grass facilities and off course facilities that have fitting clubs that are doing this every day. So either way, both avenues are great steps to getting you fit for the next golf club, and hopefully it's a TaylorMade. So don't be afraid to contact your nearest golf supporter and see if they can help you out with that.
Well, Chris, from all of us, man, thanks for coming on. I know you're pressed for time. We appreciate you coming on to talk about the Stealth and all TaylorMade products. If you ever want to come back on and shamelessly plug any other product y'all got coming on, you're more than welcome.
Chris, thank you for spending time with us. We enjoyed having you on. Thanks for all the information. Everyone go see Chris Perez at a TaylorMade event and get fit for your new Stealth product. He's a great rep.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a great night.
Take it easy, buddy.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Well, Chris is gone.
Now we can have some
fun. Now we can have some fun. Hey, let me tell you something. I get his point of view, man. I'm definitely going to tag TaylorMade Golf in everything that we talk about tonight because it is like a shameless plug. But at the same time,
like everybody else, the guys trying to make a living.
Is their technology the same as Callaway's? Probably. Let's be honest.
I can't
or how long?
Definitively answer that. I can tell you that Callaway,
Titleist or whatever, they're all going to come out with the same.
Well, see, that's the thing, and that's the thing with these golf brands is that like each golfer is either a diehard for it or it fits a certain type of player. Like you can back me up on this. If you play Titleist, you're a single-digit handicap. You've been playing golf since you were like 8 years old.
Oh, I think a lot of stuff
you got Titleist MBs. If you're an old man, you're playing pings. If Callaway, it's a shoot. You can go anywhere from a single-digit handicap to an old man playing. TaylorMade, it's usually a former baseball player that sees his favorite golfer playing it and then hits the absolute shit out of it.
Well, I think honestly, like irons wise, is probably the one thing I feel like they've been lacking in the past.
And see, I have the P750s and I fucking love them.
The P line has been very, very popular.
Right.
From being in golf club sales, one thing I've seen, a lot of these companies, they do kind of copycat off of each other, but for the most part, they're all really good clubs. It just depends on the person that's hitting it. Jake might hit TaylorMade better than I hit it, but I might hit Callaway better than Jake hits Callaway. So it's all on the person. And one thing you brought up, Sean, I do know for a fact, if you ever been to Carlsbad, California, all of the vendors are on like one street. All of their manufacturers and their headquarters are on one street. So they do have people that work for certain vendors that will go to their local golf shop. Let's say it's a Cobra rep that goes to their local golf shop.
And they'll buy someone else's shit.
5 TaylorMade drivers, 5 Titleist drivers, and they're going to bring it to their factory and test it against their product.
Yep, that's what I think.
Every company does that.
Without a doubt.
You have to. I mean,
you have to know
they know what's going on.
Right. But I appreciate Chris coming on and being a good sport about everything. We tried to needle the bear a little bit.
Oh, of course.
But I mean, he should run for fucking office, dude.
He was
because he was
ducking and dodging some questions.
No, really great to have him on, and a great guest to have on, a great company rep to really give us a lot of great information about their new product. And Jake, like you said, it's squirrel season. These squirrels want to know what's going on.
Oh, absolutely.
What's coming out. So
Chris is fighting for new TaylorMade clubs. I see over there.
Shit, I am too, man. Hook me up with some of them new MG3 wedges.
Get some new stuff.
If they're giving it away,
last year's model, you know I squirrel with the wedges. I'll let you buy.
Yeah. Let's have him on so we can get free clubs. Love it.
That's it. That was the plan from the very beginning. I
knew it.
Hey, listen. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
You don't take. That's true.
Try it, babe. The answer's always no if you don't try.
Exactly.
That's right.
But I thought it was funny because we brought up the putters. And like Sean, I know you've putted with the TaylorMade before a lot. Chris, I don't think you've putted with the TaylorMade, at least as long as I've been playing with you.
No, I don't believe I've had a TaylorMade putter in a
I've never seen anyone hit a TaylorMade blade putter unless it's a pro.
Right. Morikawa plays a TP collection.
DJ went back and forth for a while.
Right. And I was actually looking at him online before we got on, and I mean it's a good looking putter.
Yeah.
And you can custom, TaylorMade has like an awesome customized tab. You can customize everything: your driver, your wedges, your putter, everything, color. Everything.
Oh yeah, that's a new big feature.
The stock face for the stealth is
putter, I mean, it doesn't really change technology. They just change the look a little bit, mixed with the color. You
can make the stealth face blue and green and yellow. I mean, you can customize the hell out of that.
And I wish that was a question I would have asked, because I'm like, listen, if you're a decent player, look is everything. And if I look down and I see a fucking hot plate on the face of my golf club, I
actually like the colored
fucking yips.
I love the colored face idea.
See, I hate it.
I'd probably go yellow.
I hate it from the bottom of the
fucking one.
Can't deal with it. Y'all are in the minority.
Oh, for sure. Fuck it, it's something new.
Yeah, I mean, for anyone who has hit the new stealth driver, I've hit it, and yes, you can definitely see the red face at a dress. And
no one's hit the new
love it, hate it.
February 4th.
Chris
the only one who got the exclusive stealth training. The stealth trial period. You got it. No one's hit it.
I've seen it.
I mean, I'd like to hit it to see what the numbers are, because with the carbon face and everything, I mean, it's nothing that we've ever seen before. So I'd like to hit it to see what it does.
What does it sound like? Sound is a big thing.
Yeah. Sound and feel is golf clubs, period. It had one of the best sounds of any driver I've ever hit. And it's strange to say, but the face was firm at impact, but it still had that springboard effect like every other driver I've hit. And I'm not going to lie, I mashed the driver. It's a great head.
265 total.
235 carry.
Atta baby.
I mean, I'm small. I'm weak. I can't hit the ball very far. Okay.
You know what would be a great bet, and I kind of want to do this purely for Chris. I don't care what it is, listeners. Y'all can comment on this, because I really want an opinion. I say we have some form of a wager where if Chris loses, he has to follow the Bryson diet for 6 months.
Oh, love it.
I'm talking 15 protein shakes a day. I want you to eat steak and eggs for breakfast. Yeah, no, your digestive system is going to be all kinds of fun.
It costs you more than afford steak once a month, every day.
Go to Walmart, get that discount steak, bro. That fell off the back of a truck steak. But I want to see him get on the Bryson diet for 6 months, and to see if he just like shows up on the next podcast just yoked.
Oh, you absolutely can. I saw a guy called The Rock's diet for like a month.
No, you, Chris.
Me, Chris.
You, Chris. Because right now you look like an uncooked noodle.
Well, what's the wager?
We're going to have to come up with that, listeners.
Okay.
Viewers,
driving with a TaylorMade 96 burner.
Some kind of challenge and some kind of punishment if I lose.
Jake, use an old TaylorMade 96 burner and see if you can outdrive it with a newer TaylorMade.
That's too easy.
See? It's a good wager.
It is a good wager.
And if, Chris, you lose, just be embarrassed, because
be on the Bryson diet. And you got to wear that.
You heard the technology.
How you do it too.
Oh.
Get that fancy sweater. If you bulging biceps, I think it'd be great.
If you buy the hat, I'll wear it. I'm sure you can go to any kind of like thrift store and find that hat.
Yeah. Pat has one.
What?
The Bryson hat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got one.
I love it when he wears it with a tracksuit too, because he just looks like a redheaded mobster.
Oh, the Bryson hat. You can find that thing anywhere.
Yeah, you can go to Watts and find those, probably with the Puma logo.
Probably.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh, when are they dropping him? And
I really don't think they are. And I don't think they're going to do it anytime soon because Cobra just released a new driver. You heard about that?
Yeah, they're not doing it then.
Yeah, they're not going to do it then because I think he had a lot of influence on it. So if he plays that well and say he goes out and wins another U.S. Open or something like that, I mean, I hope he doesn't. But say he does, they'll probably lock him up for a lifetime contract like Greg Norman.
Well, yeah, but I heard those guys, like the engineers, just hate dealing with him. The drivers.
I'm sure they do. But if he's generating cash flow, I mean, you can't fire the fucking guy.
He basically told the engineer.
Yeah, but he's also pitching stuff that no one hits. One length iron. Who the fuck's gonna go try those? I'm sure there are people desperate enough to do it, but it ain't gonna fucking be me.
Do you remember the 1-length irons? Because I do. When I was working at the retail shop, you wouldn't believe how many squirrels came in. It's like,
really?
You got the Bryson irons? I'm just kind of like, you're a fucking idiot. Desperate men. This was multiple people coming in trying to hit a 5-iron the same length as a 7-iron.
Did they come back in a month later looking for new clubs?
I don't know. I wasn't at it very long after this came out.
Yeah, they did get some of them did get traded and returned.
I bet.
Right. And next week's guest, Rob, he's a Cobra guy, and that guy's Chris and I were talking before the cameras came on, and it's like, listen, Saturday night, I'm gonna have to go to bed at 7. I'm gonna have to make sure I'm hydrated because I think he's coming in studio, and between all three of us, he can outdrink all three of us.
I'm gonna need to take off.
I might have to take off Monday, boss. If you're listening, I'm gonna be sick next Monday. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to tune in for Rob Head next week. It's gonna be a blast.
That guy is that guy fucks. Okay, that's the only thing I can say.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
you're gonna love him. Y'all are gonna exchange phone numbers during the podcast. Watch.
Perfect.
Both of y'all are functioning psychopaths.
We're good. He'll be answering the tough questions then.
And he will answer. He
won't be ducking and dodging.
100% blatant and honest. 0 fucks given.
Perfect.
Yeah, we had the liberal podcast tonight with Chris. I mean, I love him. Thank God he came on to promote the stealth and kind of give an in-depth look into everything. But next week is going to be the Chump podcast. He might say some shit that we have to edit out, and you know what? I'm here for it.
Oh man, this is exciting me. I'm gonna get really sauced up next week. I think
more sauced up than you were last week.
Oh, definitely. I don't know if that's possible, but maybe. I had a blast last week.
Trust me, I know. We circulated your video.
Last week was good.
Good show.
Oh, that was awesome.
Good show.
We're getting better and better, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
Stay tuned.
Exactly. You know, we're following, or we're getting a lot more followers on Instagram. I think we're up to like 93, which I know people are going to be like, oh, 93, dude. But you know what? It's good.
That sucks.
But yeah. Well, I mean, we just started it, 4 weeks ago?
This is episode 5.
Yeah, this is episode 5. If we were on episode 150, then yeah, I'd want to fucking put a gun in my mouth. But, you know, we haven't. So it's pretty good. We appreciate everybody that's tuning in. We appreciate all the downloads. Please, if you like what we have to say, or if you don't like what we have to say, I don't care. We want smoke online.
Yeah.
So
I'll take all
share it with your friends.
Just share it.
Yeah, and get the name out there so that Napoli doesn't fire us. We appreciate everything.
Correct term these days is canceled, but
canceled. Sorry.
So don't get us canceled.
Don't get us canceled. But like I said, we appreciate all y'all. We're the few, the proud. What did I call it? The few, the proud, the boots at the, or I'm sorry, the beers at the turn crowd.
The few, the proud, the beers at the turn crowd.
Exactly. And we got some big things coming up. Obviously, we're gonna have Rob Head next week. We're gonna get it, as soon as the tournaments start kind of rolling out, we're gonna be covering those a little bit more in depth. For all the majors, obviously, we're gonna go ham.
Oh, yeah.
Masters, we're gonna throw a watch party here at the studio. So Zurich Classic, we're going to be out there. I'm probably going to have a sleeveless shirt on, so you get to see the full sweater that I rock year round.
Nice.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm flying in for that. The Zurich.
What's that? Yeah,
I'm flying in for that.
Yeah,
exactly. We're actually going to do a podcast in studio.
Yeah,
with Sean. And it's going to be great. Hopefully, we're able to form sentences because the last time I went to the Zurich with Sean, it was a dicey drive home.
Isn't that where you got? We were betting on who gets dapped up, and you kept getting whiffed.
Kept getting whiffed.
You were trying to dap the players.
Yeah, we were
like, they would literally they dap us up, and then for Jake, they just pull up. See ya.
Right, like they just took one look at my face. It was just kind of like, nah, he sniffed spike seats out of here.
Oh man.
But I just have that kind of face.
It's a punchable face.
It is.
It's a non-dappable face.
It's a non-dappable face. Absolutely.
Well, see, I get a lot of daps and autographs because I look like a child.
I was gonna say you look like a Make-A-Wish child, but yeah. Like they're like, oh, that kid has cancer. Here we go. Bam.
If I shave the beard, I go from 38 to 13.
Well, that hairline says otherwise, but
it's a Benjamin Button type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. All right, guys, that's our time for today. We appreciate it. Tune in, listen, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Chris, you want to sign us out?
Remember, your shafts don't go in the hole. Your balls do.
Don't lose your balls, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.
Good night, guys.